patio and take advantage of the waning summer. Reserve your spot now. Get online, blueheronmedina.com. I got $50 for you to check it out for yourself. Gift card. Put in your hands. Good luck. Caller 10. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Welcome back.
Local DJ and all-around female orgasm denier, Alan Cox.
This is the Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Obviously, here in Ohio, all anybody's talking about is recreational weed, but I mentioned I've been getting a lot of calls from Florida bureau chiefs who have, they've been taking on the impact there of Hurricane Debbie. That's D-E-B-B-Y, by the way, lest anybody think it's D-E-B-B-I-E, which, for whatever reason, just to look at it, Debbie with a Y, it seems more aggressive. Debbie with an I-E, and that might be by design. It might be completely coincidental. I don't know. But one of them sent me the story about Hurricane Debbie blowing $1 million worth of cocaine onto the beaches. They had 70-mile-per-hour winds, and it blew 25 packages of cocaine ashore with a street value of about $1 million. And so I'm sure there are all kinds of punny stories on local news down there about the winds blowing, but they washed up.
Snow in Miami.
Right. 70 pounds worth of cocaine were found by a Good Samaritan who reported them to the authorities. Well, that is a Good Samaritan, isn't it? That's so nice. Hurricanes can bring so many unwanted things. We were talking about those poisonous earthworms or whatever last week that have been blown up in these hurricanes, and all kinds of flora and fauna that are deposited far outside where they're normally indigenous. And, so up here when the winds we'll get weird things up here in the aftermath of storms that will hit hardest in other parts of the country. But this is not unprecedented, obviously. This happens quite a bit. Every time there's a huge hurricane, there will be at least one story about somebody who finds a whole bunch of cocaine packages there on the beaches there in Florida.
I feel like we need to update the term Good Samaritan to reflect somebody that is comparable. Because, the whole story was they looked down on Samaritans, and then one of them did something nice, and they're like, oh, look at that, Good Samaritan.
Was that one of the good ones?
Yeah.
That's what it was?
That's what it was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was someone from Samaria who came along and helped another person.
But that's why they were surprised because they're like, well, some people from Samaria are
they
usually
suck.
Trash.
Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't either.
And then Jesus is like, and one of them Good Samaritans was like, let's do it.
Okay.
Because a bunch of other people passed by that you'd think would help the person that was struggling.
Oh, that was the story that I recall. Yes. Can you get the door? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I forgot.
I forget too. For whatever reason, our almost 2 years into our new studios, and our studio door doesn't shut all the way now, despite the fact that it weighs about 500 pounds. For whatever reason, doesn't shut all the way. So
I also don't shut all the way. So Got that in common.
You don't shut all the way?
No.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
Uh-huh.
Did you have another beach weekend? Or not beach weekend. Mary had the beach weekend.
I
Did
had
you
a
have
beach
pool
weekend.
day?
Oh, yeah.
Did you have pool day, cool day?
Saturday and Sunday. We did some
2 days of pool times.
Pool times.
My sister's wedding was the goddamn hottest thing. Because I said to my brothers when we got into town on Friday night, I said, are you guys wearing a jacket? Because when I pack for like a wedding, I pack a bunch of clothes. Because I go, I'm going to have some permutation of these clothes. Any opportunity I have to dress up, I take. So I have like 3 jackets, 5 shirts, pants, a pair of shoes that I know will go with anything. And I was planning on wearing a jacket, like a thin kind of light blue linen thing, right? Something to be comfortable. It was 91 degrees. It was outside. We were in direct sunlight and I was like, God bless my sister. And it wasn't some big long thing, but even before, you're outside and you're milling around. It was in this, everybody now is getting married in like these outdoor winery type places, where there's like a barn and then there's a tent and they're beautiful. I mean, they're always, lovely environments, but it was just I don't know how it was here. It was 91 degrees in Northern Illinois. And I was like, oh my God. It was just so, I'm not much of a sweater. I was like, well, I had my jacket on and I wasn't going to take it off because as you know, Bill, what are my thoughts on that?
Why be comfortable?
It's
when
better
you
to
can be
look
hot?
good than to feel good. Why be comfortable when you can be hot? That's right. But I digress. You had 2 pool days.
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday.
Yep.
Was it comparably hot here?
It
Was
wasn't
it in
quite
the low
as- it was
90s?
It was like 80s, like high 80s, low 70s, or like low 70s, high 80s.
High 80s, low 70s.
Yeah, I got
Boy,
that.
that
wrong.
was
Yeah, it was around like 80.
that was
81.
wild weather.
It was good. It was nice pool days.
Mm-hmm.
Doing the-
Any special guests? Anybody come by? And
No, it was my girlfriend and her daughter and niece on Saturday,
Yup.
and then she stuck around on Sunday. The daughter and niece didn't want to swim on Sunday, but Pants and Tommy.
So Saturday kind of
Usuals.
more of like a family day. Sunday more of like a rock out
I mean,
with your smock out kind of
Yeah,
day.
that's-
Okay.
Again, all we do is just listen to yacht rock and kind of wander around in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good time.
Wander around.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only so many
dancing.
places
Yeah.
you can go too in the
Yeah,
pool.
it's a good time though.
Yeah.
We have so much fun. And then went and saw Primus and Coheed last
Oh,
night.
right.
and
How was that?
Was
weekend.
fantastic.
Big weekend,
Yeah.
right? He's
Imposters
just.
Theater on Saturday night, and then
What was
Yeah.
Saturday night?
my show at Imposters
Oh,
Theater.
how'd that go? Did
That was
Gaylord come
great.
out again?
No,
Oh.
Gaylord this time. But it was a very good time considering there was so much stuff going on in Cleveland.
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam. I think Martin Lawrence was at Romo Fijo.
Right.
There was a Guardians game, but we had a good crowd, and it was a lot of fun.
Didn't what's his name show up at did Martin Lawrence show up at SummerSlam?
I don't know. Did he? I didn't
don't
see that.
think so.
I thought everybody who happened to be in town popped their head in at SummerSlam, and they found a way to get him into the ring. Like Jelly Roll was over there, and but yeah, they said that might have been one of the biggest attended wrestling events ever. Was SummerSlam here in Cleveland.
Yeah.
So Primus was good last night.
Primus was.
Was it raining
great.
or was it?
So it rained a little bit, and it delayed the start by a few minutes.
Did you get to see too many zoos? I heard they were good.
I did, and
Yeah.
they were really fun. And their set was cut a little bit short, and then Primus just said, "Hey, we're not going to do the whole good night, come back out. We're just going to do our encore now,"
Oh,
because they were trying to save time. Because they're
so
going to,
Coheed
like-
went on before them.
Yeah. So when Too Many Zoos, then Coheed played 10 songs, did about an hour set, and then Primus did like hour 15, something like that. It was great.
Okay.
All bands were great.
Cool.
And down in the pit, thanks to our friends over at Live Nation for hooking that up.
Oh, you were right down in front.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good
Yeah,
for
if
you.
Yeah, if you go to my Instagram story, there's a lot of very short. They're short because I'm not trying to film the whole thing, but you get an idea of what was going on. Pat Butler from
2 hours to midnight.
2 Hours to Midnight, the star of 2 Hours to Midnight.
He really is. Yeah, yeah.
Carries the whole thing.
Yep, he does.
We got to hang out with him, have
A secret weapon.
have a cocktail with him, talk about some of the other shows upcoming that we want to try and check out. And,
See, Mary and I are more like of the people, so we'll see a show from the lawn.
well,
You're talking about the wrong person, brother.
this is not even. They didn't even have lawn tickets for this one.
Oh, really? Was
Yeah.
it just Pavilion?
Just Pavilion.
Why would really?
Yeah.
They didn't sell the lawn?
I don't think Primus and Coheed are that.
Really?
That's 20,000 people.
Yeah, but those are two big bands. Like, everybody's
But they're
always
not.
talking about that, but I love Primus. Primus sucks, but I love Primus, you know? And Coheed, too. I thought for sure those would not be two bands that would just do Pavilion.
No, I mean.
Why didn't they put them at Jacobs then?
Probably just booking.
Huh. All right. Yeah, I guess different bookers, right?
Yeah. But it was a
Okay.
great show. And
Well, good.
It was packed. But it was just, all in the pavilion.
Oh, so you were in the pit because there were only people in the pavilion. Everybody was in the pit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not everybody is.
Yeah.
Still a special pass. And then,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But it was great. Had a good time.
That's not good news for them, though. That means they're only a couple of years away from doing, like, rib fests and stuff.
I don't think they'll ever be Rib Fest bands. They'll just be smaller venue.
I saw Stone
bands.
Temple Pilots just did the Ohio State Fair. I'm like, how can that be?
That's a huge gig, though.
Is it? I know there's
The Ohio State Fair.
Well,
yeah.
I know a lot of people will
Yeah.
come out to something like that, but yeah, okay.
A state fair gig is like doing like a county fair is one thing, but doing a state fair, they'll usually get a pretty big act.
I know-
Usually it's a country's act.
I was gonna
though.
say country singers usually start at fairs.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, they had a
and
lot. They
on
had-
their rise. They'll get
Yeah.
the county fairs, and then they'll go to state fairs and things like that.
If you like old school country, like Alabama played,
Yeah.
Stone Temple Pilots and Soul Asylum,
Yeah.
Boys to Men, Gabriel Iglesias, Ice Cube, the
Yeah, that's
Ohio
legit.
players. No, they're all legit. That's what I'm saying. I've never been to the Ohio State Fair.
I saw Alabama at the Medina County Fair when I was like 12 or 13 years old.
Yeah. No, I say good for everyone involved. I just didn't realize that that's what was going on there. Oh, hello. Who is this?
Hey, this is Kynan Goo.
Kynan Goo. That's your name?
Kynan, Kynan.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Kynan. Okay, what's up?
Hey, so you guys were talking about boogers yesterday, and you guys got me thinking about some story I had. So I was with some buddies, and this was a while ago. We were fresh out of high school. Some of my buddies got a house together, and they needed a couch. So they ended up going on Facebook Marketplace, and they found a nice L couch. It was nice and brown, big, had a ottoman and everything. I was there that day that they ended up getting it delivered over there. The guy who they bought it from ended up delivering it for them. Well, we go outside and start looking over the couch and stuff, start pulling it out of the truck. Well, the end that I was pulling out, I noticed had a bunch of flaky stuff on it. I was like, what the hell is all this? And I picked one off, and I realized what I had just picked off, and it was a goddamn booger.
Mm-hmm.
And if I could describe this, it was like, a hanging fly trap, a full one, but a 2x2 square on the arm of the couch, and it was just
Gross.
gut. I mean,
Yeah.
gut.
Flaky like that horse's dong, probably.
And then,
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Well, listen.
but then
Yeah.
we asked the guy. I was like, hey, dude, one of my buddies. I was like, hey, tell him like, hey, you want to knock some money off for the boogers on the side? And I ended up saying something to the dude, and the dude was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, man. It's just my kids. And I knew 100% that it was his ass that was
Of
putting those
course
boogers
it
on the side.
was. Yes, you could tell by the angle of the. This is a dude who was sitting. He had his spot at the end of the couch, and he's wiping his snot on right there on the armrest. Gross, my kids. Stop it.
Well, listen, dude, they put that couch in there, and I kid you not, a year later, the boogers were still on there. And I would,
Yeah, man,
I would go
pretty
over there, and
simple,
there'd be people over there, and I'd say, I'd start making jokes about it, like, hey, they got a booger couch, and I could tell that my friends were just not having it. They were like, hey, without even saying it, they were just like, hey, dude, shut the heck up.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Kynan. The booger couch. Yes. Yesterday was a sum up show, of course, but it's. I always enjoy when people will take something from it, and it will generate
Unlock something in them,
unlock something. There you go. That's right. Generate a new memory. They should have just encircled it with like caution tape. You know, like when they cordon off a crime scene, just put that around.
Just stop being gross and
hazardous?
eat your boogers.
Hazardous. Well, Bill and Mary would suggest that you do just that.
Why not?
Eat them. They
Life's
came
too
out of your
short.
body. Huh?
Life's too short.
Life's too short to
Eat your
purchase
booger.
food. Right. Well,
No,
listen.
you're not doing it for Sustenance.
No, not sustenance, but why? Again, I don't understand why it would just go in your
Just
mouth and not into a
convenience.
Kleenex.
Convenience.
Yeah.
What if there's not a Kleenex ever?
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, everybody telling me that the Hawk, that we mentioned this last week, that Haley Welch was going to be at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
too,
she was
right?
at,
or she was doing a
she was
an
at
appearance on the flats.
SummerSlam, and then she went to the farm and did an
yeah.
appearance, and then like MGK was in town. It was
Yeah.
a big thing. Ryan Dalton.
Hey, Uncle Party!
Uncle Party was a Cleveland dignitary on SmackDown on Friday night with Logan Paul.
I love it.
That was so funny.
I didn't see any of it. How did that happen?
Well, Logan Paul was in town, and he wanted to show off some Cleveland dignitaries because whoever he was fighting was talking smack, and I don't know what a Cleveland dignitary is exactly, but it was very funny to see Ryan Dalton up there.
Well, good for him.
Yeah, no, it was.
They could have gone for anybody.
They could have gone just kind of like mugging the camera. It was
They could have gone for Steve Harvey. They could have gone for Halle Berry. They could have gone for any number of people. Arsenio Hall.
And the whole bit.
They went for Ryan Dalton.
The guy goes, I don't know who any of these people are. I Googled them, and there's nothing.
Well,
these are so
it is a shallow pool, but nevertheless.
It was funny.
Recently returned Cleveland dignitary Ryan Dalton, by the way.
Correct.
After his sojourn to Los Angeles for many years. I thought MGK posted something, I think, this morning. He is celebrating 1 year of sobriety.
Hey.
Probably California sobriety, but I don't know. Every step towards your positive mental and physical well-being is a good step.
It's MGK Day on Sunday.
Right, at Progressive Field. Guardians and the Cubs. First 10,000 fans who walk in get a custom bag of 27 Club coffee.
And there's a bunch of festivities happening on West 6th. It's going to be a big day. Yeah. And then later that night.
Well, that's got to be good for him, too. You know, you just turn the day into a big advertisement for your coffee company.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you like this, there's more where that came from down in the flats. An exclusive Cleveland Guardians 4-ounce bag of the Blonde Don roast. I guess that's what he calls himself, the Blonde Don. All right. It's slowly dried for 20 days in a special honey process, creating an extremely sweet taste with vanilla wafer and sugarcane tasting notes for people who pretend that their tongues are that sensitive. But that'll be, what's that, Sunday, the 13th?
Yeah.
No, that's
11th.
a week from today.
Sunday the 11th.
MGK Day at Progressive Field on August 13th.
Oh, okay. Well, MGK
that is 1 week from today.
MGK Day, the actual MGK Day is where they're doing like the festival over on West 6th is Sunday.
I see.
So that's
the 11th. There you go.
The 11th.
On West 6th Street.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
All right. His new hit single with Jelly Roll, who was here for SummerSlam, called Lonely Road. My screen says, Woody has a booger story. I could not be less surprised. Right?
Well, it's a bit off
when Woody calls and goes, hey, I've got a booger story. I mean,
this has been the least shocking news of the day.
All right, go ahead, Woody.
Okay, a guy I used to work with, he was sending his son off to college, right? He sends his son off to college, and so him and his wife are cleaning out his son's room, and he's cleaning out his son's room because he went off to college, and he finds like a dozen or so pair of athletic socks tucked between the wall and his bed. And he was
this isn't a booger story, Woody. Tread lightly.
But he was.
Well, it certainly looked like it was filled with snot.
I mean, yeah, how many extra work socks he's got now because winter was coming up or whatever, and I just had the heart to tell him that, I haven't guessed why those socks are back there, but I just did not have the heart to tell him.
I have a feeling the dad would know, Woody. He's a guy, for God's sake.
I'm telling you, he did not. He was bragging about how many nice warm socks he had coming up for the winter because his son left them. I'm like, there's probably a reason why those socks are tucked back there, brother.
All right. Well, listen, Woody, you're old enough. You and I are kind of around the same age. You'll recall, of course, that classic Sheena Easton track from back in the day, Booger Walls. Remember that one?
Yes, I do. I think it was Saccharin or something.
Oh, that's what it was. I thought it was Booger Wall. Oh, thank you, Woody. I appreciate it. It's not Booger Walls. Oh, all right. This is when Sheena Easton was trying to get all sexy with Prince, right? She wasn't doing no more My Baby Takes the Morning Train. She's like, I need a hit song about my vag. Let's do one. Who could write this for me? And somebody said, well, probably Prince could do that for you. All right, I got a break here. Want to send me a text, 35192. If you want to join us for the Alan Cox Show cruise. God, I hope you do. It's August 24th. It's a mere few weeks away. We're going out in the Good Time 3.